Quote, "Wisdom knows the future but not ignorance." Meaning of the quote: this quote expresses the profound truth that wisdom isn't about having magical insight into the future, it's about having the depth and clarity to see how today creates tomorrow. Wisdom sees the consequences of actions before they happen. Ignorance only sees the moment, and therefore, it cannot predict what comes next. Wisdom is like someone who understands that planting a seed leads to a tree. Ignorance is someone who buries the seed and then wonders why nothing happened, or worse, doesn't even notice the seed was planted at all. So, the quote is not saying wise people literally know the future like fortune tellers. Instead, it means, wise people understand the flow of life, how intentions, choices, and actions shape what is to come. Spiritual perspective. In spiritual teachings, without using religious labels, wisdom is awareness, inner vision, and alignment with truth. A wise person is grounded in the present, but also in tune with the deeper patterns of life. They are not swayed by impulse, fear, or ego. They listen not just with ears, but with heart and intuition. They notice signs and synchronicities, understanding the subtle movements of life. They see how energy flows, how thoughts become reality, how actions return as experience. In contrast, ignorance is not stupidity, it's simply unawareness. It's being asleep to what's really going on. It follows desires blindly, reacts emotionally, and blames others for outcomes it unknowingly created. Spiritually, wisdom sees with the inner eye. Ignorance is like trying to walk forward while looking only at your feet. Scientific perspective. From a scientific viewpoint, wisdom comes from knowledge, logic, and long-term thinking. It's the result of learning from data, experience, and tested theories. For example, climate scientists can predict rising sea levels based on data. That's wisdom. Doctors can foresee illness based on lifestyle patterns. Economists can forecast recession based on current spending and inflation trends. Wisdom uses systems thinking, understanding how small things connect to bigger outcomes. It's the ability to mentally simulate the future based on what's known now. Meanwhile, ignorance lacks that ability, either because it doesn't have the knowledge, or because it ignores it. In science, wisdom is built through observation, analysis, and prediction. Ignorance is acting without evidence, and then being surprised by the result. Let's bring this wisdom to life through a short story. A village once depended on a river for water. The elders warned that the upstream forest was being cut down, and if it continued, the river would dry. Many villagers, caught in their daily needs and routines, ignored the elders. "The water still flows. Why worry?" they said. Only a few listened. They started planting trees, building small water reservoirs, and educating others. Years passed. The river began to dry. The village panicked. But the wise few had already created new sources and protected the land. They had seen the future not with prophecy, but with foresight, observation, and care. The ignorant were shocked. The wise were ready. How this applies to our everyday life. Mental and emotional health. Wisdom takes time to reflect, meditate, and understand emotions. Ignorance suppresses or reacts emotionally without understanding the source. Result: wisdom leads to peace. Ignorance often leads to burnout, anxiety, or toxic patterns. Career and goals. Wisdom understands the value of patience, skill building, and networking. Ignorance seeks shortcuts, avoids effort, or complains about not getting lucky. Result: wisdom leads to growth and stability. Ignorance leads to missed potential. Relationships. Wisdom communicates clearly, respects boundaries, and resolves conflict with compassion. Ignorance blames, yells, assumes, and repeats toxic habits. Result: wisdom builds lasting connection. Ignorance creates emotional chaos. The future is not some distant, mysterious thing. It is a mirror of what we do, think, and choose today. Wisdom looks at that mirror clearly. It says, if I do this now, where will it lead? If I think this way, what will I become? If I treat others like this, what kind of life will I create? Ignorance doesn't look at the mirror at all. It keeps walking, and then wonders why life is the way it is. Thank you for joining this exploration of wisdom. If this message resonated with you, like, share, and subscribe for more insights into timeless truths. Remember, every great journey begins with a single step, and every great idea begins with a strong foundation. See you in the next episode.